Hi, my name is Jim and I was retired. It's such a beautiful day today. I decided to get away from the spreadsheets again, and I'm going to take a little random walk on pensions. Stay tuned. I'm here doing a random walk on pensions because I want to try to illustrate some of the key decisions that I made without spreadsheets and just focusing on the actions I took in my forced early retirement. So if you're in this situation, you're trying to decide quickly what to do with things like Social Security and pensions, you only have a little bit of time to do that when you are forced into early retirement. So way back when I was 59, I already made these decisions. And I thought I'd focus on the decisions that I made about pensions way back when, as I decided how I was going to fund my retirement. If you have a pension, and only about 14% of workers get pensions, if you have one, it's one of those things that you need to decide quickly if you are suddenly faced with retirement. What will you do with your pension? Just like you have to decide what you're going to do with the Social Security and make a decision whether you're going to take it early, at your full retirement age, or 70, you have to make a decision about pensions. And it'll depend on the pension that you have and its rules. Some pensions will pay out early, but at a reduced benefit. Very few pensions will pay more past the age of 65. And in my case, that was the choice. Early pension, reduced benefit, or wait till you're 65. And I chose to wait to 65. The second decision you have to make is whether you're going to have it as a single life pension or a joint life pension, so that it provides income over your lifetime and then an additional layer of income for your survivor, in this case, my spouse. And once you decide whether you're going to do a joint life pension, you have to decide whether you want to do that at a 100% benefit level or a reduced benefit level. Depends upon the pension. My pension had a choice, I think, between 100, 75, and 50%. Since I had life insurance, permanent life insurance, that's paid up and it will provide a death benefit, I took a look at what that death benefit would add in my eventual demise, and then compared what I would get at a 50% survivor benefit and what I would get at 100% survivor benefit. The 100 is the lowest form of pension. It's going to give you the lowest monthly amount because it's going over 2 full lives. 50% benefit is going to be a little higher. 75% will be somewhere in between. 50% will be not quite as generous a monthly benefit as a single life, and it's important that you take those monthly amounts, plug them into a spreadsheet or financial plan, and make a decision whether you want 100, 75, or 50% benefit for your survivor. So I worked it out, and again, you have to do scenario planning. Which works better for you, 100% or 50%? Do you have permanent life insurance that can't be canceled? It's all paid up. If that's the case, then a 50% payoff may work for you. If you don't, you might want to stick to 100%. Among the other options that you had on a pension was whether you wanted a full CPI COLA or a basic COLA in my pension plan. Some pension plans don't have any COLA, and you need to take that into account in your financial plans if you've got a pension like that. It'll be fixed for your retirement, which means inflation will erode that over time. I look at an option that would go above that basic COLA to protect against high inflation. I neglected to get that. I hope I don't really need it. I hope we return to inflation that's under control. We will see, but since the pension was only a portion of my retirement, I went with just a basic COLA with no CPI override. The other option I had, and not a lot of people have this option, was something called a pension purchase option. And it's basically like a lump sum or pension decision in reverse. Most lump sum or pension decisions give you a lump sum payoff to walk away from them so they don't have your pension obligation. In this case, the pension plan allowed you to take a portion of your 401k and buy an additional pension annuity on top of your pension. And I elected to do that. And I did it for a couple reasons. One, it's a small pension to begin with. I only worked at my last employer for 7 years. I was vested after 5, so that's a blessing. But I knew it wasn't going to be a primary amount of income. And I wanted to boost the amount of permanent lifetime income that we would have in retirement. This was a way of taking a portion of what was in the bond portion of my asset allocations in my 401k, in this one, and buy up another layer of pension. Again, it's one of those decisions you have to make, and if you do it right, there's really no wrong decision. Mathematically, it works out. So what are you most comfortable in doing? In my case, I was more comfortable in simplifying the portfolio in the event that I go. My survivor won't have to worry about a big chunk of money in this 401k and how to wisely invest it in fixed incomes, because I've taken that portion and turned it into another layer of pension. Now, a lot of people who have done the lump sum or pension say that, well, why'd you do that? You can invest it. But to me, the portion that I was using was already invested in bonds. It was in that layer of my 3-bucket strategy. It simplified the choices that I needed to make with those bond investments if I took it as an annuity, pension annuity, to layer on top of my small pension. It simplified the way it will act when I am gone. As a survivor benefit, again, it'll be 50%, and life insurance will pick up the slack. But it will simplify what my wife has to do when I'm gone. It's one of the things you have to worry about in planning your retirement, is if you're handling it yourself, how will your survivors handle it too? Now, I think a lot of people are going to get this kind of choice coming up with the Secure Act that allows annuities in 401k plans. So more people are going to get this kind of option that was built into the pension plan that I had, allowing you to take a portion of what you've saved up in your contributions to retirement and turn it into an annuity, simply at great rates. That's the important thing. Check the rates against what you could buy on the single premium immediate annuity marketplace. And if it's a good deal, then go for it. And in my case, it was better than anything I could buy on my own. That is among the thoughts that I had during this random walk about pensions. Here are all the geese. Do you have Canada geese where you are? I think everybody does. They're everywhere. Do you know there are species of Canada goose that does not migrate? They found it so good, easy living in America, they just stay here. Among the things you need to think about is how that pension's going to pay out during your retirement. Will it be just for your life or for you and your spouse? And if it's there for your spouse after you're gone, is it going to be 100%, 75%, 50%? Each pension plan is going to have a different option. Take a look at them, do some spreadsheets, and make the best choice for you and your situation. If you have an option of a lump sum or pension, decide carefully whether you want to assume the risk of investing that and guaranteeing yourself for the rest of your life that pension. In my case, I have Social Security and this small pension, and I wanted to protect and preserve that pension as best as I could. Now, if I've calculated it right, my little pension with a pension purchase option on top, plus Social Security when we get to 70, will be enough to cover essential expenses. And at that point, all of the other investments can go to discretionary and planning for the unexpected portions of retirement. And I hope that works. I'm going to close, as I always close, with my standard warning. I am not a professional. I have no special initials after my name. So take these as entertaining ideas from one educated consumer to another. Always do your own due diligence and seek out a professional if you need to. I hope this little random walk on pensions has helped. If you can learn something from the decisions that I made way back when I was 59 and how I have executed as I turned 65, then I've fulfilled my duty. If you like it, like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll get notified when I do my next video. So long.